Hi, everybody. My name is Aidsand Wright-Riggins, and been a Rotarian here at the Rotary Club of Collegeville for about 4 or 5 years, and I've been privileged to be selected as president-elect for next year. And one of the things that our club is really focused on is cultivating communities of excellence and cultivating a club of excellence. And we thought it would be a wonderful opportunity to really do a spotlight on Rotarians as a way of helping our members understand who's a part of our club, as well as helping the community understand who's a part of our club, the people that make it up, that are just regular everyday people just like them. And so today we really wanted to focus on one of our newer members of our club, Renji Kurup, who is the director and owner and operator of Mathnasium here in Collegeville. So Renji, we really are grateful that you're kicking this off, our first Rotarian Spotlight. And so let me just welcome you. It's good to see you.
Hi, Aidsand. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. We really, really appreciate your being a part of this. Now, we've had Rotarians, part of our club, that have been here for 20 and 30 years. And so you're relatively one of the newer members of the Collegeville Rotary. And I just wonder if you can just tell us a little bit about your journey. I know not only new to Rotary, but I think relatively new to Collegeville. So maybe you can just tell us a little bit about your journey and how did you get here and
Yes.
what did you find?
I moved to Collegeville in 2017 when my husband moved here for his new job. Before that, we were living in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was born and raised in the Middle East. And so my parents are Indian, and I was exposed to different kinds of people even when I was growing up. And I liked that I was not just bound to just one type of people. And it kind of gave me a kickstart to embracing different ways of thinking and just different communities while I was growing up. And once I moved to Collegeville, I was working as a project manager for a financial services company.
Hmm.
And even though I was doing a full-time job there, it always was in the back of my mind that I wanted to start something new, something that where, I would be doing my own business. And so I got into Mathnasium in end of 2019, early 2020. And that gave me an opportunity to not just be my own boss, which I really like, but also gave me the time and the resources to be a little more involved in my local community, which I
Okay.
was very passionate about to start with, but working full time at a completely different location from where I was living didn't quite give me the time to do that before. But now that I'm living 2 miles away from where I work, it really opened up a lot of opportunities for me. And I came across the Rotary Club of Collegeville.
We'll come back to that first. I
Yes.
want to go back to both Mathnasium and just a little bit about your journey. You said you moved from the Middle East. How old were you? I should say how old were you, but at what age, time of life did you move from the Middle East over here to the States?
So that is going to be a longer story then. I moved from the Middle East to India first, where I did my undergrad. I did that in architecture. Then
Oh,
I moved to England to get my graduate degree in urban design. And then I moved to the United States. So it was in my early, I would say mid 20s when I actually moved to the United States. And I lived in Tennessee for a few months and then moved to Tulsa and lived there for 7 years. So
wow.
I've seen a few places before.
You have seen the really international, Middle East, India, England,
Uh,
Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas. Okay. You got it all going on. So you got here, and then you decided you wanted to do um, while your husband was doing his thing. You decided to move from the project management and starting your own business here with Mathnasium, right?
mhm.
Okay, so why don't you just share a little bit about Mathnasium? What is Mathnasium?
Oh, yeah. Mathnasium is a math only learning center.
Hmm.
We teach children math from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. And we teach in a way that makes sense to them. How we do that is really by a comprehensive initial assessment process where we truly understand where the child is at in their mathematical understanding. And so
Hmm.
we have a way to customize their learning plan to exactly fit their needs. Um, we we really build their confidence and excitement in math. That's what we do here. I'm really excited to be part of um, this organization because I see on a daily basis children coming in with just having a bad relationship with math, but
Sure.
leaving the center with a full smile on their face.
Let me ask you this, Renji. Two things strike me. I wonder, um, are girls as much challenged with math as they were when I was growing up, and or are people of color challenged with math as much as it was when I was growing up? I'm talking about 50, 60 years ago for me. But I'm just wondering, are you seeing those same kind of challenges in your practice, your work today?
I think that there must have been some kind of discrepancies between how generally STEM, not just math,
Yeah, that's what
overall
I'm getting
STEM,
at.
access to STEM, and the importance of STEM in the education overall for girls and minorities, I would say. Um, but now that we have been through almost 2 years of the pandemic, that gap has just widened.
Hmm.
So even for what I see here with children who are coming into the center for their initial assessments, they're at least 2 years or more behind their grade level in their math skills.
Hmm.
Um, and that is across the board, not just for girls or boys. I mean, it's across the board that I've seen. If children are struggling in math, then they are generally at least 2 years behind.
I'm just really glad to see you doing this. I'd said to you that my granddaughter, who lives with us and we're raising, at one point was really struggling with math, and her experience with mathnasium literally changed everything for her. That as she got into that, it just opened up the way she thought about not only STEM related courses but everything else. So it was kind of unlocked a key that I thought was just really really powerful. So I'm just really grateful for what you're doing with mathnasium. So let's just talk a little bit about Rotary. So how did you hear about Rotary here, and what attracted you to it?
It was actually through a parent at Mathnasium.
Okay. Oh.
So she was, I guess, just had become a Rotary Club member, Heather. And I got to see her brag about it on social media. And
Hmm.
I was like, I wonder what this organization is all about. And so I dug a little deeper into it and found out that the Rotary Club is really involved in the local community doing service projects. And they're really deep rooted within the community because they have members who are living or working or they're very involved right there. So as I looked more into it, it kind of fit in with what I was looking for. And I basically just took the initiative, reached out, attended a meeting, and then realized, okay, this is, I felt really welcomed into the group. Didn't take too much for me to get convinced that this is a great group of individuals where I felt like I belonged.
Oh,
Um,
great.
yeah. So
Oh,
that's how I became a member of the Rotary Club.
great, great, great. So what do you like most about being a part of Rotary right now?
I would say that the networking experience, there are a lot of like minded individuals in the Rotary, regardless of what their background is, where they're coming from, what their professional experiences have been. And the other thing that I really like about this group is all the members are so kind and willing to share.
Hmm.
Um, they are they go above and beyond and do what is right. And I value those things so much more than just being one of, just saying for the sake of it that this is what we do. This is, we are a service organization. It's not just a name tag or a description. All the members of the club are truly kind and passionate individuals who come from various backgrounds, various races, cultures, but still they have that common ground, and they meet to share that. And so that personally, not just for things related to the Rotary Club, I formed a lot of meaningful friendships through this as well. And I value that a lot.
Now, I may already have gotten somewhat of the answer to the next question I'm going to get from what you're just saying here. I've just put on the screen the Rotary four-way test, and there are four questions that we as Rotarians ask ourselves in terms of what we think, do, or say. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Does it build goodwill and better friendships, and will it be beneficial to all concerned? But I'm just wondering, is there one particular one that stands out to you that motivates you more than others?
For me, it is all about, is it fair to all concerned? Most of the time, I feel like when we are talking about new ideas or new things that we want to do, we kind of, when you ask that question, it is more upfront in your thinking. The rest of it, where will it build goodwill and benefit people? Will it build friendships? Is it the truth? That all naturally comes, at least to me personally. Those are all in front of mine, but I don't always consciously think about, is it fair to all concerned? And sometimes having that question right in front of you when you are kind of refining your thought process or refining your idea or making decisions, it's one of those powerful questions that kind of reminds you to think about that more consciously.
Well, thank you for that. So you are a project manager, you're a business owner, you're a community leader, you're a wife and a mom. What might we be surprised to learn or know about you that we don't know?
Well, I don't know if I've shared this before, but something really unique about me. I grew up in the Middle East, which I already talked about, but I grew up in a country that was Muslim. I went to a Catholic school, and I'm a Hindu by religion.
I love it. So you're really, really diverse. And that's one of the things, that is one of the things that really stands out about our club that I really, really do appreciate. The racial, ethnic, religious, non-religious diversity of our club really does say that we're all people, and we all engage in life together, and we turn towards each other rather than on each other. And I think that that's a really powerful thing about our club. So if you were trying to recruit somebody to Rotary and given an invitation as to why they might want to check in with Rotary, or particularly the Rotary Club of Collegeville, what might you say?
My advice would be, first, are you looking to make a meaningful difference in your local community? If you are, this is the place where you'll get the opportunity to do it. We are all striving to make things better for our community by understanding the needs of our local community, not just doing something blanket that we think people need, but really understanding what is it that our community needs, and then we are catering to those specific needs. So if that's what you're looking for, this is the place where you'll get the opportunity to do. So join us.
Wow. Well, I think that that's a wonderful final word. And you're making a tremendous difference in our community, a tremendous difference in our club. And we just want to, again, thank you, Renji, for coming to Collegeville, establishing your business here, and being a part of Rotary. We really, really appreciate you. And thank you for giving us this opportunity to have this spotlight on you today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, Aidsand.